All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Tyla's with me today. We're cooking again. What are we cooking this time?
Chicken.
Chicken. So we're gonna do Mediterranean style chicken today because the month of May is Mediterranean month, and the Mediterranean diet is one of the most widely studied diets. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about it as we cook, but it's been linked to a lot of disease prevention. So it can reduce your risk of heart disease, metabolic syndrome, diabetes, cancer, depression, frailty, and can help improve your mental and physical health. So for our chicken today, we're going to do cauliflower and tomatoes with it. We're also cooking with olive oil. So olive oil is like the main source of fat in the Mediterranean diet. It's a super hard, healthy fat, has lots of omega-3 fatty acids, reduces inflammation. So it is a great fat that we're going to be cooking with today. I also got some brown rice already cooking in this pot here. So we're eating brown rice with our chicken. Brown rice is a whole grain. Mediterranean diet is all about the whole grains and the fiber. So we'll get plenty of fiber that way. Okay, Kaiwa wants to get ready chopping already. So we're going to dice up the cauliflower, kind of like what we did. You want to move it over here? Kind of like what we did with the buffalo cauliflower wings. You're going to do about the same size. Yep, and you're going to cut off that green part. So while Kaiwa is working on that, I'm going to start putting our marinade together. So we're going to marinate the chicken and the veggies together, and we're just going to put them on a baking sheet and bake them. So that all you have to do is cut everything up, mix it up in the marinade, and then bake it. Okay, so our marinade has 2 tablespoons of olive oil. We're going to do about a teaspoon or so of garlic powder. We're going to do a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. The recipe does call for dried oregano specifically, but Italian seasoning is a good substitute if you don't have any on hand. We're going to do a teaspoon of salt. And then we're going to do a half of a teaspoon of dried thyme. You could also do fresh thyme if you want. However, sometimes dried is cheaper, and dried is usually a little more potent than the fresh. So just keep that in mind. And then a little bit of black pepper. And then the last thing is just the lemon. So I'm going to do the zest of the lemon. The zest is basically using like a cheese grater and scraping along the peel of the lemon. So I'm going to do that. And the zest adds really good lemon flavor. And a lot of times in fruits and vegetables, a lot of the vitamins and minerals are in the peel of the plant. So that's why like potatoes, carrots, all that, it's better to keep the peel on because then you can get those nutrients. And so when you're zesting, it's a great way to incorporate the peel into your food without necessarily having to eat a big chunk of it. So you get those vitamins and minerals. So the Mediterranean diet, it largely consists of fruits and vegetables, of course, And when I say the Mediterranean diet, what I'm talking about is the diet of people that live in the Mediterranean area, so like Greece, Italy, that sort of area. So their diet, mostly fruits and vegetables, whole grains, so like our brown rice, that's a whole grain. Other whole grains include like popcorn, corn, barley, 100% whole wheat products. So those are all whole grains. They also eat a lot of nuts and seeds and legumes like beans and peas. So a lot of their diet consists of plant food sources. Like I said, their main fat source is olive oil. However, they also do eat some dairy products in low to moderate amounts, such as cheese and yogurt. So we're going to eat feta cheese with ours. That's a common cheese from that area. Also, we're going to put a little bit Greek yogurt on top if you want, just plain Greek yogurt. And I like using Greek yogurt because it's lower in lactose and it has more protein than just regular old yogurt. But what their protein sources are mostly come from poultry or like birds, like chicken, turkey, whatever, bird sources. And then also fish is a big part of their protein, fish. And so they very, very rarely eat red meats like beef and pork and lamb. And those meats have been associated with like colon cancer and pancreatic cancer. So that might be why they have lower cancer incidence rates because of their diet habits. And again, they mostly eat fruits and vegetables. So for dessert, they'll have fruit instead of like a highly processed, added sugar, type of food. They just eat natural sugar from fruits with their dessert. And they also consume wine. A lot of people associate wine with the Mediterranean diet. And wine does have a lot of good health benefits. However, it's not in an excessive amount. It's like a glass of wine or two at night with dinner. They're not drinking wine all day long, all the time. And I wanted to go over the Mediterranean diet, not because I expect anyone to really convert to that diet, but it's the guiding principles of that diet that are really the beneficial aspects of it that you can pull out and apply to your own diet. So eating more fruits and vegetables, eating more whole grains, eating lean protein sources, which doesn't necessarily have to mean you eat chicken all the time. Bison, deer, elk, all really good lean protein sources. And they don't have the agriculture environmental impact like beef does. And, eating local, fresh stuff, huckleberries, cherries, there's so much around here, bitterroot that we can eat that it follows those same guiding principles of the Mediterranean diet. We can get omega-3 fatty acids not just from olive oil, but we can get it from salmon and trout and other fish around here. So there's definitely ways to apply this sort of guidelines of the Mediterranean diet and make it, have more of an indigenous and local twist to it, something that, is accessible to us here in Montana. And so we're doing chicken today, which falls in line with the Mediterranean diet. Chicken is much leaner than beef or pork or lamb. So it has less saturated fat. Saturated fat, we do need to eat some saturated fat. However, most people eat way, way too much, and that has led to a really high incidence rate of heart disease, cardiovascular disease, stroke, high blood pressure in our country. And, that the leading cause of death here is cardiovascular disease or heart disease. And we're also doing cauliflower with this dish, but you could pretty much roast whatever vegetables you want. So cauliflower, like I said in one of our previous videos featuring cauliflower, it is super high in vitamin C. 1 cup of cauliflower has way more vitamin C than an orange. So they're great for vitamin C. They also have other vitamins and minerals such as folate, which is a B vitamin that helps our it helps our central nervous system and our brain's function. It helps our spine develop when we're babies. It also has a good source of fiber. Fiber helps us stay full for longer. It helps our blood sugar stay under control. It helps reduce cholesterol. It helps our stomach and intestines stay healthy and prevents colon cancer. So fiber is also great. And potassium, eating enough potassium can help your blood sugars or blood pressure stay at a healthy level, and can even help reduce your blood pressure if it's too high. Cauliflower also has great antioxidants, and so do tomatoes. So we're also doing some little like cherry tomatoes with our dish. And tomatoes also a great source of vitamin C and vitamin A and fiber and potassium. They also have a really cool antioxidant called lycopene. It kind of is associated with that red color of tomatoes. And tomatoes are actually one of the richest sources of lycopene, which lycopene protects against cancer, reduces your risk of cancer. It reduces your risk of heart disease, osteoporosis, so fragile bones, and it can improve your brain's function, your cognitive function. Okay, so I think I got this pretty much all good. This lemon is nice and zesty. Okay, so if you get your cauliflower done, Kiowa, you can put it in this mixture here. I'm going to slice this lemon in half real quick and juice it. Yep. So I'm putting all of the lemon juice in our marinade as well. So we're going to do all these tomatoes. And then dice them in half. Just like this, okay? Yep, put it in there with the cauliflower. And so I also bought some Kalamata olives to just put on top, which Kalamata olives are native to that Mediterranean area. And, you know, olives are what olive oil is made from. So they have pretty much similar nutrient profile as olive oil, maybe a little more fiber because they, you know, are an actual fruit. However, they are high in those healthy monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats, which make all of the oil so healthy. So olives have those similar fats, of course, and like I said, that those eating enough of those types of fats, those healthy fats, reduces your risk of heart disease, of diabetes. It can help lower your cholesterol. And usually, when you buy them at the store, like the jar I have here, they're usually stored either in olive oil or sometimes they're in like a brine or like a red wine vinegar. So you can always just like rinse them, get rid of some of that sodium. But they have a pretty unique flavor. They don't taste like black olives or green olives. So if you see them in the store and you're making a Mediterranean style dish, I encourage you to try them. Then I also talked a little bit about feta cheese. So I got some feta cheese to put on top of our dish. We'll just use a little bit. Cheese and dairy products are a good source of calcium that makes sure our bones are nice and strong, our teeth are strong and healthy. Feta has a little bit lower calorie and lower fat content compared to other cheeses, However, I've heard that from people with lactose, like sensitivity or lactose intolerance, sometimes feta makes them more upset than other cheeses, like cheddar cheese. So if you're gonna try feta and you already have sort of a sensitivity to lactose, maybe just try a little bit. That way you don't hurt your stomach too much. So this recipe is just a one-pan recipe. All you need is one baking sheet. You just put everything on there. And so we diced up our veggies first, and then we're going to do the raw chicken. That's for food safety reasons. We don't want to potentially cross-contaminate, although we are cooking our veggies, so they'll be safe either way. But just always a good habit. You do your ready-to-eat raw veggies and things first, and then you do your raw meat. You cut up your raw meat afterwards if you're using the same knife and cutting board. So I'm just dicing this chicken up into smaller chunks. You could definitely bake it whole as like a chicken breast, but I like it when it's in smaller chunks. You can mix in more with the veggies and the marinade. And so we have our oven set to 450 degrees. Once we get everything mixed up, we'll put it on the baking sheet and then we'll pop it in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. And our brown rice should be done by then. All right. I'm going to set our timer for 22 minutes. See how it does. All right. We just pulled our chicken out of the oven. I'm going to just check the temperature. We just want to make sure our chicken is cooked to 165 degrees Fahrenheit so we don't get sick. Shove it in the wrong way. Perfect. We're well above 165. All right. Now it's time to eat. So we'll do a bed of rice. Ooh, look at that chicken. Chicken and veggies. Okay, goodbye. Goodbye. We'll do some olives on the side. And we'll do a little bit of feta. And just a tiny bit of the yogurt. And we'll be good. What are you guys making? And here we are. Chicken, cauliflower, tomatoes, Kalamata olives, brown rice, and Greek yogurt. Delicious.